Is evil born or is it created? In the heart of Manchester, England, 1942, a child named Myra Hindley entered this world. Her upbringing was no fairy tale, rather a narrative punctuated by episodes of violence. These early experiences, some argue, paved the way for the darkness that would later consume her. A turbulent childhood, a setting for the nurturing of something sinister. Her early years, marred with violence, were just the beginning of Hindley's dark path. Can an infatuation lead to the unthinkable? In a tale as old as time, Myra Hindley, a young woman from Manchester, fell head over heels for a man named Ian Brady. But this was no ordinary love story. Brady was a man with a dark heart, and Hindley, blinded by her infatuation, followed him down a path of unimaginable evil. Hindley and Brady's partnership evolved into something far more sinister than a mere romantic entanglement. Brady's sadistic nature found a willing accomplice in Hindley who was all too eager to please her lover. This deadly duo would soon become Britain's most notorious serial killers. Hindley's infatuation with Brady played a crucial role in her involvement in the Moors murders. She became the lure, the friendly face that deceived innocent children into trusting her, only to lead them to their untimely deaths. Their partnership would lead to a series of horrific events that shook the nation. What makes a person capable of such heinous acts? This question haunts us as we delve into the chilling period between 1963 and 1965, known infamously as the Moors murders. In this dark chapter of history, 5 innocent children were abducted, abused, and brutally murdered. The masterminds behind these atrocities were none other than Myra Hindley and her partner Ian Brady. Hindley, once an average woman from Manchester, transformed into a monster under the influence of her infatuated love for Brady. Her role in these horrific crimes was particularly sinister. Hindley, with her feminine charm and seemingly harmless demeanor, acted as the lure. She would approach unsuspecting children, feigning a need for help or offering a ride. Once the children were within their grasp, their fate was sealed. The victims, aged between 10 and 17, were subjected to unimaginable horrors before being ruthlessly killed and buried in the desolate landscape of Saddleworth Moor. Each murder was a cruel testament to the depravity of the human mind, capable of such calculated evil. This terrifying duo, Hindley and Brady, instilled a reign of terror that held the nation captive. Their actions sent shockwaves through the community, shattering the illusion of safety and innocence. But as we will see, their reign of terror would soon come to an end. How does a nation react when confronted with such evil? In 1965, the answer to that question was laid bare for all to see. The arrest of Myra Hindley and Ian Brady sent shockwaves through the country, exposing a depth of horror that few could comprehend. Their trial was not merely a legal proceeding, it was a nationwide exorcism of the monstrous deeds that had been committed on the moors. Every testimony, every shred of evidence, every chilling detail shared in that courtroom held the nation in a vice-like grip. The verdict, when it came, was as resounding as the collective sigh of relief that swept across the country. Life sentences for both Hindley and Brady. A semblance of justice, perhaps, but the wounds inflicted by their heinous acts were far too deep to be soothed by a mere court ruling. Justice served, yet the scars remained. Can a monster change its spots? Myra Hindley certainly tried to prove so during her life behind bars. She sought rehabilitation, claiming remorse for her heinous crimes. A change of faith followed, with her conversion to Catholicism, perhaps seeking divine forgiveness. She even made several attempts to secure parole, arguing that she was no longer a threat to society. Yet despite these efforts at transformation, Hindley remained a figure of horror, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within seemingly ordinary individuals. Does death absolve one of their sins? In 2002, Myra Hindley, the woman who had once terrorized Manchester, breathed her last. The media erupted and the public heaved a sigh of relief. Hindley's death marked the end of a nightmare, but the debate about her culpability continues. How do we reconcile the existence of such evil? Even today, the debate rages on. Was Myra Hindley a product of nature or nurture? To what extent was she culpable for the horrors she committed? As we grapple with the reality of Hindley's actions, we are left questioning the very nature of evil itself.